I'm out. Okay, so I'm out here today getting a drone shot, a one take, cool mountain view. So very nature focused shot. It's gonna be a short clip, right? So the total length being 20 to 30 seconds. And the idea is to get some stunning nature views, and the whole subject is truly nature here. So we have this bridge. It's a really cool bridge. I was thinking about maybe following the stream, going under the bridge as the wow factor, but then the other wow factor is just being in the trees here. And as you can see, really cool tunnels of trees here. Really cool stream, right? But now we have to assess the risk reward factor. You come out the other end, really cool. You're tight with the trees. It's going to be a very large, epic feel with the tree line so tall but yet so narrow. And now the first assessment is, can I pull it off? Can I pilot it? Yeah, absolutely. I could pilot this easily. Now the next assessment is, well, is the risk versus the reward factor, is it there? Is the risk too high and the reward too low for me to not take the opportunity? So I get two baseline numbers, the risk 1 out of 10, the reward 1 out of 10. And if the risk is higher than the reward, I'm not going to take on that opportunity. If the reward is higher than the risk, I'll probably take that chance. So here, let's assess the risk first, shall we? No, let's assess the reward to see what this is going to look like. Look at this cool little trailer here, by the way. That's pretty sick. So the reward factor, I give this, like, just diving. Think about this for a second. The drone coming up just off of the mountain range view, and then it dives straight into here, and then you come flying right along the water line here, then you go under the bridge and you come out with some fall colors, gorgeous views, nice stream. I mean, the reward here is a solid, it's an 8. The reward is a solid, no, 8's too high. The reward is a solid 7. Like, it's not perfect, but it's cool. Now the risk is pretty high. Once you fall into these trees, depending where I'm standing, I could be standing, this is a public road here, I'm fine here, but most of this surrounding is private. So it's gonna be hard to get a good standing location. So the risk here is pretty high. I'm gonna put the risk at a solid 8. Don't know what the video is gonna look like. If I lose video, I lose the whole drone. We definitely don't want that. You don't have much of a flight path. On top of that, I already assessed underneath the bridge, and you're gonna have to take my word for it, but under here there's a pipe. See that pipe? There's a pipe under there, and that adds even more risk to the factor. And I'm putting risk at a 9 on this one and reward at a 7. So definitely in that case, not worth it. So that's kind of my assessment, kind of what I'm doing as I pick and choose my one-shot videos that I like to make, and the nature one-shot FPV clips. That's my assessment checklist. I think it's pretty effective, right? Because if you're taking on a super high risk shot, and even if you nail it, your reward factor of the clip isn't there, what's the point? Why even attempt? So that's my assessment checklist. You kind of have to fly for a few years in order to really understand risk and understand reward, and see, you have to have a really good eye for cinematography and a view of the drone, and you have to do this for a while to make a really solid baseline for what a risk reward factor is. But I think that was a good example. I'm gonna go to another location and I will assess the risk reward there as well for you guys. Okay, we're at a new spot here. We've got a bigger stream, more rapids. The water's pretty open views, not a whole lot of trees near it. You know, I'm disappointed with the amount of yellow there is too. I wish it was more yellow friendly here next to the stream. Give it a few more weeks and it should be really bright yellow, but I'm a little bit early on the season for that one. But we got risk reward factors here real fast for you guys. The risk isn't that serious. It's not that significant. We come over here, zoom in on the stream. If I stand right here and fly from here, yeah, not much risk. Ooh, slipping a little bit. Not much risk here. I have a public road that kind of takes away from the nature feel. The whole idea of this one take shoot is to be full nature immersed, awe-striking. Well, this is right next to a busy road. So the reward is also low, but the risk is also low. This shot, I'm definitely not gonna do, I can already tell you. A quick assessment. Risk, I mean, there's always gonna be an extra amount of risk flying over water. So the risk here is at least a 7, just based on the water presence and how quickly you get behind a wall of trees, how hard my lineup, my standing position would actually be to figure out like the best view for signal. If I lose signal quickly, it could go into a disaster fast. The reward is also a pretty low number. Risk was high. The reward is pretty low. The public road, the average looking river and average looking stream. I'm not saying it's not cool, but for an epic one take shot, the reward is a 4. The risk is a 7 here. Definitely not worth it. Definitely not worth it. All right, guys. We're here, another location. Now this one's good. This one's good. It's tricky. It's a massive statue halfway up this mountain. I think it's a statue of Christ somehow, but if I zoom in on it, I can kind of show you guys. It's pretty cool. I could see myself getting a nice orbit around it and then kind of diving off of the mountain into the stream below. Pretty cool shot, pretty iconic. It's kind of a known location in the mountains, so that's good for advertising here. But the risk reward on this one so far is looking good. The reward looks pretty high. It's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, we're talking like a 7 or an 8, depending on how big that statue is when we get up there. But the risk, there is not much risk. As long as my antennas are strong, which I just updated and tested them and they were working amazing. So the risk is only like a 4. The reward's a 7 or an 8. This is looking up. This is looking like the best shot so far. So let's go get a better place to park and assess from there. Okay, I'm kind of crazy, but I'm gonna fly my drone to the statue up there. I don't know why, but here we go. Really? I'm gonna no GoPro on this attempt, just the drone. Oh, it's over a big lake? Yeah, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Oh my god. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Here's what I want to do. Oh, it's so... The risk just got a whole lot higher with this water factor. I don't know if I want to do it anymore. I don't think I want to do it anymore. Still have a good signal. And it's retrievable. It's retrievable for sure. I'm worried about the signal coming back. I should be able to do this with a GoPro. I don't know if I want to though. Yeah, we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. Alright, you know, honestly, that went well. I was really worried about the drone signal, the video signal cutting out at a distance like that. HDZero performed outstanding, and I think I'm gonna put a GoPro on. I think I'm gonna risk it. I think I'm gonna go for it. Because after getting a test flight and getting an assessment, no GoPro, the risk reward is definitely there. The risk is a lot lower than I expected with the setup I have now. A good antenna that actually is clearing the battery, so I have a good video signal no matter what with this longer antenna. But on top of that, beautiful, gorgeous lake and yellow trees. I mean, the reward is a solid 9, or like a solid 9 reward, and the risk now is about a 5. So this is a no-brainer shot to me. What's up, guys? So I just did a flight test, no GoPro. I flew all the way to the mountain up there with the Christ statue at the top. It's super cool. My video signal got there no problem. So I got a good test in. I'm feeling good about it. We threw the GoPro on. Let's freaking send it, boys, shall we? The drone's gonna feel a little different. That's natural. I can get pretty low to this lake on my return without losing too much video. I'm pretty confident in that. The main goal here going up this mountain is to just showcase this Santa Maria logo, because it's just such a massive word on the mountain. That's pretty rare. I mean, that's cool, you know? Santa Maria, that's cool. Pretty sure it's a YMCA park. But starting to lose a little bit of video. That's fine. I expected that coming into this. Let's do a couple of orbits. My hand is shaking like no other. You guys have no idea how hard my hand is shaking right now. I'm just nervous. I got beautiful view here. Let's lower a little bit. Let's lower a little bit. Definitely nervous. I can't go too low here. My visual line of sight is not great. I can't trust this very well, especially with my radio signal. I can't confidently go diving into that river, but we got the shot. I feel good about it. Let's get the hell out back here before we lose a drone. And a GoPro. We got the shot, boys. We freaking got the shot, boys. Holy crap. For some reason when I start doing long range stuff, well, I've done it a few times and I've lost drones. When I start doing long range stuff, dude, I get so nervous. I just about shit myself in. Oh. I mean, I hope that turns out. I can't wait to get home and look at those colors, look at that view. On my way home, I'm gonna hopefully get a few more drone shots, but man, I'm glad I did that. Time to get out of here. All right, so next location, super cool little stream here. Goes up into a little bridge. Now I'm kind of assessing the risk reward, kind of where I want to stand, what kind of shot I'm looking at. Right now it's looking really good. The reward is pretty high because we got cinematic lighting coming through this tree here. Let me get down here and show you. We got some cinematic lighting coming in through here. So it looks really crispy. Looks really good with the light coming off the stream here. And I think I'm gonna risk it and go under the bridge. The main risk here is over water and falling in the water, obviously. But depending on your skill level as a pilot, I'm assessing this, and as long as I can maintain an altitude going through the bridge, the risk is pretty low for the most part, because I can very confidently retrieve the drone and the GoPro just along here if I needed to, and I hit a straggler branch. But the reward is like we're talking an 8 or a 9 reward for sure, the risk being pretty low, so I'm gonna go for it for sure. I just need to decide where I'm gonna stand. Holy shit. Okay, risk reward. I was correct. High reward, low risk. I was not at a risk of crashing like at all in that entire thing. As well as, let me turn my goggles off so I have more battery. As well as crispy shot, like gorgeous under the bridge here. I can't wait to take a look at that in post and add some crispy colors to that. That'll add a really nice clip to my resume, to my show reel, if you will. Really happy about that one. That was a good one. Alright guys, thanks for watching that video today. It was mainly just like a risk assessment, risk reward assessment that I do personally on every drone battery I ever take off. I always have a risk assessment in the back of my head. I always have the worst parts of the flight, the scariest parts of the flight in the back of my head. But I wanted to actually spill my mind in the process of the risk assessment and kind of give you guys a good guide on what I think is worth it, what I think isn't worth it, because I do think that's the biggest factor in FPV is common sense and understanding your risk and having a good cinematic guide and to know, you know what, it is worth it, and I'm not putting that much equipment in danger and I'm not putting that many people in danger. That's always a factor in the FPV community. So that's one day of a risk assessment in the nature. I'm going to do another one in the future, maybe more downtown area, maybe early morning Sunday, no people around, and assess my risk reward factor is there as well. I don't generally like flying over pavement in case my drone does fall out of the sky, which I don't think it will anymore, but in case it does, pavement is not a friend to FPV drones. But anyways, thanks for watching today. Hopefully some of that footage turns out juicy, but until next time, see you guys later. Peace.